From the lush green lands to the cascading waterfalls, wonders of the world, the oldest habitat of territories on earth, a rich cultural heritage, a continent of 1.1 billion people, second largest and most populous, a continent pregnant with possibilities, home to 30% of Earth's mineral resources, 50% of its people under 25 years. Africa, the land of the great. Our spirit resilient. Our enterprise profitable. Our future inspiring. Africa is inspiring. Be inspired.
Have you ever considered a society without the youth? You know, you come to an environment and it's just the elderly and the aged. You know, you don't need anybody to tell you that this is a picture of a backward society. It's a picture of a society that will not see expansion, a society that is not going to be seeing growth, because it's just about people of almost the same mindset, people who have already lived their time and about moving to the next phase. So that is what it is. The youths are just the agent of change. We need the youths here. And how can the youth change the environment? How can the youth change Africa? How can the youth impact on the society, you might ask? Growing up, I was told that I am the leader of tomorrow. So I felt all I needed to do was just become an adult, then I become a leader. Now I've come to understand that I will have to go through certain tutorials. I'll have to be under someone to grow. And when I've grown, I'll have to keep improving myself. I'll have to keep working on myself. Why am I working on myself? I want to better myself, because a better me becomes a better society. And a better society is just the African society we are looking out to. I don't have to stay where I am, then screaming, complaining, things are not working, things are not going this way. What I have to do is change myself, then I change the society. It's just as simple as that. I have to change my mindset, I have to change my opinion, I have to change my views, I have to just step out of my comfort zone and stop conforming to the societal norms, which has not all the while helps us. It doesn't have to be the way it used to be before. It has to be the way it has to be to get us to the change that we seek. And this can only come from the youth. The people before us have done their time. They have contributed to the society. They are not going to come back to start afresh. No, they are leaving it for us. Any undone work, any mistake, any errors are for the youths to fix it. Sometimes I see youths like me, they sit somewhere and they are complaining, and I'm like, why can't we start thinking? How do we make these things work? If we feel the roads are not being worked upon as they ought to, why can't somebody come out and say, okay, I'm taking the responsibility to see that that road is fixed? A couple of youth can come together and say, okay, the pipe-borne water has not been functioning. What do? We are people with ideas. That is why we are the youth. Our brain works faster than that of those ahead of us, of our fathers. You then relax and you're like, okay, this needs to be done. How do we do it? What resources do we need? How many people can be involved? What do we need to buy? What do we need to invest in it? How do we get this done? And we get it done. That's the youth. That's the power of change. The creative ability lies in the youth. And we don't really have to wait till somebody recommends us now. Because if you keep waiting for someone to recommend you, nobody will recommend you. You have to make yourself available as a youth. Your availability will say, okay, someone somewhere might sit back and say, I saw that person doing something like this. I think if we'll bring them in to do this other thing, they are going to come out good with it. When you are tried there and you excel, you'll be tried in so many other places. That is that change that you've been seeking for.